Greetings everyone, Macrover180 here. I wanted to bring you another photography app found in the Android market called Putting Camera. So let's jump into it. So as you have noticed by now, the application is, I believe it's written in Korean. I'm not quite sure, so I don't want to say it's definite, but the whole interface, rather the menu settings, the whole language is in a different language other than English. So when you open it up here, this here allows you to change the different exposure. So this would be your exposure settings. Oh, sorry. And over here would be the current camera that you have selected along with the film that you have selected. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. This here would be your settings. Here is the in-app gallery, which you can go into to see what your picture looks like after you have snapped it. And this setting here would be the self photo taking mode, and here naturally would be the flash settings, whether you want it on auto, always on, no flash at all, and then back to auto. So let's get into the cameras, the camera effects and film. So on this side here would be the different cameras that you have. You have seven cameras in total. Let's see if it focuses. Over here would be the different film effects or filter effects, if you want to call it, and you have 8 in total. So let's start with the basic. I'm moving closer here. So you have, oh, okay. You have basic, which is 37mm or 4x3. You have snap, which is 45mm or 5x3. You have panorama, which is 37mm or 1.85 by 1. You have fantasy, which is 50mm or 1 by 1, which is my favorite. You have motion 2x2, which is 37mm, 4.3, and it's 4 shots. You have motion by 4, which is 37mm or 1 by 3, and it is also 4 shots. Fisheye, and we're back to basic. The filter or film effects would be basic, vintage brown, vintage blue, vignetting, dazzle, mono, which is your black and white setting, noir, vivid, and we're back to basic. So I'm going to go to my favorite one, which is the fantasy or the 50mm 1 by 1 setting, and the color I'm going to choose, yeah, let's go with vintage blue, why not? So when you're done selecting the camera and the setting, the camera and the film effect, press it back here and you're back to the camera. So I'll use an orange as an example. So, oh, that might be a little too bright. Sorry for the light. So when you're ready, you first you press to focus in, and when you're satisfied with your positioning, press the shutter button here. And when you finish taking the picture, it doesn't show you a preview. So you have to, if you want to see your photo, you go into the in-app gallery. And here is our photo here. This is, if you take pictures on the same day, it lines them up and puts them into under the same date, obviously. So this is the picture that we have just snapped. And there you have it. I don't know if you can see the effect with that nice bokeh or bokeh, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, that effect, which is really nice. I don't think you can really show it. Another thing that I've found since playing around with it is that when you press this here, which is the info icon, it tells you which camera you have used and the film effect, which is great. You know, maybe like with other programs, sometimes it doesn't tell you which effect you have applied, so it's nice to know that, oh, this is exactly the setting that I have chosen, so now I can recreate this type of color and effect whenever I'd like. This is the max output, which is 1024 by 1024, which is not bad actually. I mean, no big deal, once again. When you press this here, oh great, accidentally deleted the picture, so we'll use this. Okay, sorry about that. When you press this here, I don't know what this means. Awfully sorry about that, but just pressing it here for you so you could see what everything does. Here you can share, it says on the website, you can, on the Android market, you can share with your friends, share the picture via email, Twitter, Facebook, or Me Today, but as you can tell, I can only recognize email, so you can choose to send it to your email. I guess one way to do it is email it to yourself, and then from there send it to any other website that you choose to. I mean, that would be the way I would do it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, really. Oh, let me do a quick demo of the, well, won't do it on my, oh, why not? This is the, as we've covered, the self photo taking mode. This, I'm pretty sure, is telling you turn the camera, face the camera towards yourself, and then take your picture. So it would look like this. Let's say that's me. Press it, and then there's your photo. I mean, well, you'd have to go, remember, you'd have to go to the gallery and then find it. Oh, and as I've discovered, if you have your camera, let me see. Yeah, so for the self photo taking mode, if you have the camera set to a specific camera and the specific film effect, it will also take your it will also take your photo in the self photo taking mode in that setting. Which I didn't realize until just now. So that's great. I thought it would go back to the default. So yeah, that's all I've discovered for now, playing around with it. In the settings menu, I mean, again, didn't know anything else except the output size. So that's that. So if you have any other tips for me for the camera, oh, and one thing I've discovered is you can't combine, like you can't layer effects, film effects on the on the pictures that you have taken, from what I can tell, because I've tried to all afternoon and I can't seem to do it. So if there's a way to do it and I'm just not discovering it, right down below, let me know if there are any tips, because you can't load it from the gallery, so I imagine that would be the reason. Well, that's it for me. So if you'd like any other demos or any other reviews, or if you have a random app that you want to see how it looks like, just let me know. Take care. Yeah, sorry everyone, I did it again. Forgot something. It does support, Putting Camera does support move to SD card, which is great, allowing you to save it on your USB storage, because the app is a whopping 11 megabytes. So for anyone saving saving space on their phone, that's huge. So thankfully it allows you to move it to the SD card, which is great. Alright, now I'm really done. Thank you everyone.